How's it going, YouTube? It's Pilot Flame and we are back with another video, and today we're going to be looking at the level 79 dungeon in Final Fantasy XIV's latest expansion, Shadowbringers. The dungeon is called Mount Gulg, and you unlock it during the first level 79 quest in the main scenario, and it's the last dungeon in the actual leveling process for the story. So let's see what we got going on here. We're on the big side of a mountain, so you can see a very scenic view, and we got some voice actors. We'll find out who that is in a bit. Luckily for us, we got a white mage and a summoner, so we should be able to do good AoE. So what I'm going to probably do on this pull is use my Rampart first, then my Sentinel, and then I use Hollowed on the next pull. Next pull's a little bit sketchier, so we'll see how that goes. So what I'm just going to do is just build my MP back up as best I can. So we're just gonna hollow all of this. And I didn't use Requiescat, which is very bad, as it didn't go off. I'm gonna see if I can get a cast off here to cure myself. Clemency myself, make sure I stay alive. Once we start trimming down some of the mobs here, we should be in good shape. So let's see if I can get off another heal. Yeah, we should be fine now. So yeah, that pull is a bit dangerous, but we went with it anyway. Thought it'd be fun to try it out. That pull was pretty straightforward on Warrior and Dark Knight. Gunbreaker, was it good on Gunbreaker? I think I only did this dungeon once, and I think it was fine. First boss here that we have is the Forgiven Cruelty. This is the one from the trailer that Thancred was fighting. So the first ability of this is Rake, which is a tank buster. And the one nice thing about now at level 78, I get all these instant casts for when I'm in Requiescat, which is obviously fantastic because it means I can dodge out of stuff like that without cancelling it. And now he's going to do Typhoon Wing. So what you want to do is basically get on the flat parts of the triangle, so where there's beams or kind of the circle beams are kind of aiming, you don't want to be standing in their way. You don't want to be standing in their way. They get any type of AoE that you get hit by gives you a vuln. So he does another one there. I was getting ahead of myself there. He combines it with another mechanic later on that causes more annoyance for having to dodge. So this is it here. So you see how these little ones are spawning over on that side, and then he puts one underneath himself, which I got hit by, and it gives me a vuln. So you basically have to back off a little bit, and basically make it so that you don't get hit by that, and you have to be watching around the outside, because otherwise if you get hit by those, then you also get a vuln as well. Okay, so where are we going here? So I want to be back this way. Can I hit it from here? I think I can actually. I can hit it from max melee range. I'm gonna try it if I get the chance here. Does it one more time. Oh, this probably isn't good. Oh no, I got Benny. Okay. Probably should save that for the pull after, but guess it's fine. I guess it's fine as long as I live here. I guess they were also rezzing as well, so. Let's see, can I stay max melee? No, it's gonna die for that. But I'm pretty sure you can, so. Healing gloves. Alright. Just wanted to wait for my party here. These next couple of pulls are pretty straightforward. Nothing too complicated about them. It's the pull after that that is actually just nuts. So, and I'm actually gonna try it. May seem crazy. I'm probably gonna die in the process, but it'll be a learning experience because I saw it attempted on a stream and didn't go so hot. So, but I think one of the very few combos it can be done with is White Mage Paladin or White Mage Dark Knight. Because the sheer amount of mobs hitting you is actually just nuts. So we're climbing up the mountain here. We are climbing up the mountain, slowly but surely. I'm pretty sure I have that. Anything I need is the headpiece, I believe, and a couple accessories, and then obviously my weapon. Need the weapon as well, but I got the 77 weapon, so I'm doing okay. Usually you do 4 dungeons of this, I want to say. It's 3 to 4 depending on what you came into the level at, but because every dungeon without rested XP is 10 mil. Yeah, see, when the White Mage is stunning stuff, you just don't even need CDs. Because they're all stunned, and that lasts for around 7 seconds. So, you're pretty safe. Like, I used Rampart and stuff then, and when stuff was getting stunned, I just wasn't taking damage anyway. So, those cleaves are quite annoying, though, for casters, because they're aimed at every party member, or 2 party members, and they cover up a big section. So can be quite annoying. What we got in the chest? We got some casting, nice casting hats. The next one we got the Forgiven Whimsy. Also, we're gonna see an uptime strat here. with this boss, which is quite nice. I believe this is AoE. Yep, Sacrament of Penance is the AoE. And then you got to look at the front wall and the configuration. So anything that has a face on it, we can't stand there. So we can stand in the top middle one. I think I messed up my rotation there, so I'm gonna fix it. Put the dot. Okay, now we can stand in the top left. And you get a vuln if you stand on one of those blocks. This is the tank buster here, so I'm just gonna use Sheltron to reduce the damage. Doesn't do a whole lot. So Judgment Day it puts 2 of these meteor towers down, so you just need to make sure at least one person's in them. I'll stand in ours. And I also get hit with a buster at the same time. So ideally you probably wouldn't want the main tank to stand in it. Or the tank, I should say. Okay, so now it's front middle and back middle. But now you have these spheres that come up. So you can actually go all the way over in this corner over here, because the top left one is safe. And you don't get hit by it. So I literally came all the way over here in this corner, and you can actually, if you just stand here like this, then you are safe, no matter what. And that's always the case for that, assuming the top left corner is fine. So the top left corner is fine again. This is always a safe spot. But sometimes you get this front square safe. But it depends. Like that second one, the front square was safe, but it wasn't the last go around. Okay, so we got the corners. Corners are safe. So I gotta go right here. Just letting the Way Mage know I want to try the super big pull. And we'll see how it goes. I am righteousness. Aha. Alright. So what I'll do is when things get close to me, I'll just put Sheltron as I run. This is the dangerous pull. This is the super dangerous pull. I would not recommend this to anyone. Okay, so I need a... just gonna Clemency. And now my job here is just to basically dodge every AoE that I can and Clemency myself. Okay, I got Benny, cool. Okay, we'll Clemency back up a little bit. And I think we did it. Yeah, that's doable. Of course it's doable. Paladin White Mage. Broken. And we didn't even do it properly because I had Hollowed running for a little bit while it was holying. So, yeah. Not even close. I had to kite the mobs. Had to run around in circles. Had to do all the things that just was definitely not recommended. And I recommend get it without full MP, which is something you should never do. Especially since it is the Requiescat buff that gives you the instant casts for your spells. And we didn't even LB, which is another thing. So that's actually nuts. So that's actually pretty crazy. Right, we'll see who comes down the stairs. Who's it gonna be? It's that same figure that was at the beginning of the dungeon that was shooting beams at us. Forgiven Obscenity. Obscenity? Consort of Sin. So yeah. Let's see what let's see how this one goes. So, Orison Fortissimo is an AoE. And Divine Diminuendo, I think it's how it's pronounced. So she does basically an AoE around her. So now when she does this mechanic, it does an AoE around the outside, so you can max melee that. I just have to find the sweet spot because you can kind of slightly go inside it and not get hit by it. Then you have Conviction Marcato, which is kind of the same thing as the first boss, where you just don't stand where the circle beams are kind of aiming. That gets paired up later as well. Penance Penissimo just puts a area on the ground that basically gives you a bleed if you go out there. I'll just show you that as an example. See, I get a bleed if I stand on that, which you don't want to. Then whichever one is the last one is going to be her. So we just have to stand like this and not get hit by it. And then she's going to combine some line AoEs, and you just stand over here because there's no line AoE going through this one. It looks very hectic the first time you do it, and I certainly had a very hard time dealing with it. So I didn't use my fight or flight, so that's not good. We shall use fight or flight now. And I believe she does Solitary Ring again. Or she does Solitary Ring, which is basically she summons these rings. So you see how these middle ones, she does different patterns. Whichever ones are the furthest down the arena, you want to stand there because they explode the last, or they explode last, and you just want to stand next to them. And then when they are about to get close, you just move out of the way. Then she uses Sacrament Sforzando. Pretty sure I butchered that up. And that's just a tank buster, so just mitigate it as normal. It hits decently hard, you know, a lot harder than the other busters that you would have seen, just because this dungeon is the highest eye level for leveling. Also, I forgot to mention that this dungeon drops I-410 gear. 410? 418, sorry. 418 gear. Which is going to basically replace your here from the 77 dungeon, and is 12 item levels off of, oh, we got the middle one. Is going to replace your, be replaced by the tome gear, which is I-430. So that's just something to note, 12 item levels higher. So hopefully we can get her down before she jumps again and uses solitary ring. She's going to use a buster first. And we got it. So yeah, pretty fun dungeon. The AoEs on the ground are super hard to see because everything's obviously like a yellow or pale yellow, and the whole dungeon is basically yellow and white, so it's kind of annoying to see. But yeah, that's gonna do it for Mount Gulg. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let us know in the comments down below if you enjoy it or different ways that we can improve. At the end of the day, it's a channel for you guys. We want to show stuff for you. We see all of our friends are over here waiting for us to approach that voice that was at the top. But we'll get onto that later in a different video. So yeah, that's gonna do it for us here. And until the next video, it's Pilot Flame, and I'm signing out. Have a good one, guys.